All right, everyone. This is Vishal from Equity Guru, and welcome to Chart Attack, where we look at some of the best looking technical setups out on the financial markets. And we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about the US stock markets, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. And if you guys are a part of Equity Guru's Discord channel, or if you follow my work on Equity Guru's Market Moment, that is on our homepage, then you guys will be very familiar with these chart setups because I've been speaking about them all week. First of all, let's start off on the daily chart. On the S&P 500, this is a trend line that we talked about weeks ago. I did warn our readers and Discord members about that breakdown, and actually, in fact, we targeted 4280. That was our flip zone. As you can see here, it was resistance and support multiple times in the past. And that was our target for our short, and we have hit it, folks. And as you guys can see, in the past 5 days, 5 trading days, 5 full trading days, we've just ranged between basically 4280 and 4360 here up on the top. In previous videos, we talked about the fears in the markets, energy crisis in China and Europe, COVID cases, what else? The debt ceiling. We talked about maybe the situation in Taiwan, but I think the big factor is the debt ceiling and also the idea of the Fed tapering and taper tantrum. In terms of the debt ceiling, we got good news here about the Mitch McConnell saying, hey, look, we'll offer a short-term debt ceiling extension. So that would be good for the markets if the markets are afraid of the debt ceiling. But in terms of the tapering problem, we will find out on Friday because that's when non-farm payrolls are released. And if it's a good employment number, it'll be interesting to see how the market takes it because remember, Fed Chair Jerome Powell was saying it depends now on the job report, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a blowout job report number, but if it's good, then maybe as early as this month or next month, the Fed will start unveiling their tapering timeline. And if this market is propped up on cheap money, then maybe there's a sell-off as the Fed tapers. Quickly, I want to go down to the 4-hour. I want to show you this pattern here. Maybe some of you guys can see what I see. Some might call it a double bottom. Some might call it a triple bottom. But what we cannot doubt is that there was a range here, and we finally now closed above it right at the end of the day. So we had a really strong pop near the end of the market, and we have closed actually above it. Sort of tricky because we've closed above the bodies, but there's still, as you guys can see, some wicks here, right? I'm one of those that like to look for a close above the wicks, but I look at how the candle closed, and I have to say that's actually a very strong 4-hour candle. So it does seem like we do have a breakout here on the S&P 500. And folks, it looks like the bulls have defended that support zone at 4280, and we're probably going to be heading higher into the Friday NFP jobs report. Take a look at the NASDAQ. I would say we have not broken above its double bottom just yet on the NASDAQ. I want to see this level here. Let's call it the 14,800 level. And as you guys can see on the daily chart, how important that was as a previous support zone, now resistance. So we're not out of the danger zone just yet on the NASDAQ. And then if we take a look at the 4-hour on the Dow, that's always been a big support level that we've been watching at 33,600. And yes, we did close above the bodies here. But if I was going to pick one of the markets to trade based on a technical approach, I think the S&P 500 is probably the better looking approach. And what I will do is watch the futures to see how this reacts overnight before I enter. But if we do get a nice strong green candle on the 4-hour chart in the next 12 hours overnight while Europe's open and while is open, I think that might be a good signal to enter and see another rise early in the US Open. That's it for me, folks. I want to know what you guys think about the stock markets. Do you think this is now buy the dip? Take a look at that daily candle wick here today, folks. Absolutely insane. So have we found the bottom? Are the money printers printing? Are you buying this dip? Or do you think we are still in overall long-term bear market and we are going to flip over based on what the Fed, or well, not what the Fed, but based on what NFP data says on Friday? Really want to know? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to follow Equity Guru at all our social media links, which are provided in the description box below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.